Raush Manfio, look at this. The PFL MMA Championships are right around the corner, right here in South Florida. You train in South Florida, American Top Team. It's Wednesday, October 27th at the Hard Rock Live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. And you've made it to the finals. What has this journey been like for you, the regular season, the playoffs, to get to the finals?
It's a dream come true. All hard work I have been doing all my life since I was 18 years old when I did my first MMA amateur fight. Is worry every single day, every struggle, every sacrifice, because finally I'm taking what I deserve, because I worked so hard for doing that, and I'm more than grateful.
It's interesting because in your story, in your career, was there not a point that you got to where you were taking a step back from fighting and were thinking about not fighting anymore?
Yeah, so this happened like 1 month before I step in the PFL. To be honestly, I have 2 daughters. The older is 3, the youngest is 1 year old. So I need to provide for my family. My dream is can't have the #1 spot in my life. And I was like, okay, God, I will train because I love, but to be a professional fight is not for me anymore. I think you don't want this for me anymore. So I told my manager I would finish our contract, to not charge him to grab more fights for me. And he asked me 1 more month. And in 2 weeks, Brian Butler grabbed a fight for me at the PFL, and I'm more than thankful and honored to work with him. He did great for me.
Who is the trainer that helped you and just said 1 more month, just 1 more time?
Yeah, the guy who spoke about ask was my father. I called my father and I asked him, okay, I try and finish the contract with my manager, but he don't want to. And I don't know what I do. And he told me, he has money, and I told him, I think he has. He has very good fighters work with him. And so ask him to pay your rent. If he pay your rent, you know he's committed to work with you. If he don't pay your rent, even he has money, he don't care about you. And I asked him, okay, can you help me with the rent? At least I can train you more, and don't to be concerned about this money by the end of the month. And he told me, just send me your bank account and I am transferred right now. So he really believed in me. And this give me energy to, okay, so right now he's paying my rent. So I need to honor and keep it focused, training. I continue working, but not so much how I was doing, because, and in 2 weeks he grabbed my fight.
And now here you are in the championship fight.
Yeah, I think you won it.
It's just so amazing how that went. When did you start, or how did you get to be comfortable with PFL and all the fights you've had so far there to get to the championships? When did you start to think, hey, I could do this, I could maybe win this?
After my first fight against Joe Hilton was when I'm here to win this prize, because I was so nervous. 3 years without no fight was my difficult fight in the season was against him, because my body was ready, but the time my mind was not, work with my body, because I was too nervous. 3 years without fighting. I need to pay my bills. I was like the regular problems everybody has, but during that fight I feel the way, and I broke my ribs with that fight in the final of the first round. So nobody knew about that, just my coaches, because I thought, I think I broke my ribs. And I was a terrible pain, and I lost the 2nd round, and I think, okay, now the 3rd round is up to me. And I give all I had to win the 3rd round. Thank God I could win. And I felt like after the fight, now I can beat anyone, because what I just did, just me and my coaches know what I did, because I won this fight with a broke ribs, and thank God we are here right now.
It seems like, too, that there have been a lot of fans and people that are cheering for you, that are in your corner, that they see you like the underdog. Yeah. Do you feel like that, and do you feel the support from everybody right now?
Yes, I love this fight in my backyard, has my family, even my pastor is gonna be here. He's gonna get in the locker room to pray with me before the fight. It's a really strong moment, just not just for me, but for everybody around me. So they are, you represent us, be strong, be brave. They are always encouraging me, to do my best, doesn't matter what. And they are comfort me like, don't worry, we take care of the girls for you, go to the hotel, concentrate in your fight, and now it's your time. Whatever your family need, we are here to them. So I don't need to be concerned about my wife and kids. So I'm here happy.
For the fight, you're here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then the big fight on Wednesday, October 27th.
Exactly.
You mentioned your pastor. Who is your pastor, and what church do you go to?
Pastor Robert DeCipio, Pastor Bob, nickname. He's have been walking with me. I have been in America for almost 6 years, and I know him for 5. So it was like a coincidence. He told me, hey, I am a pastor. I'm preaching here in the church. If you want to come someday to, to know us. And I want to. I'm Christian too. And they treat me as a family since the very first day. I play guitar in the church. So I feel like after I step in the church, that's why I was learning English, because my English was like, it's not perfect right now, but I can express myself.
You're doing well. Yes. You're very well.
But thank for them, because they helped me a lot, and they start correcting me, and they really introduced me the American culture, because the American church. So I felt like, okay, now this is my country.
Did that also, being with the church and with the pastor and people that you're comfortable with, help you mentally when you're getting ready for a fight?
Because I know has like hundreds and hundreds of persons praying for me, and this making me comfortable. Because I know, okay, I did my best. I put myself to work really hard in the gym, and I can't control the situation, but God can. So for me, that's it. Who better hands I am than not God?
Manfio, you're one of 5 fighters from American Top Team here in South Florida, Coconut Creek, that made it to the finals. That's amazing. What can you say about American Top Team and the trainers and fighters?
It's the best thing in the world. What can I say? What can I tell you is the results talk by itself. Like, we have 5 finalists in the biggest league in the world, in my opinion, because eventually PFL is going to be the number 1 show, because what they offer us is like no one else offer. So everybody want to go into here. I know year by year everybody's coming to PFL, so you need to be sharp and sharp. And American Top Team is a great team. If you go to the gym, you look the structure, all we have, the coaches, like we have like 20 coaches, different, like 5, 6 striking coaches, 2 jiu-jitsu coaches, like we have a lot of persons really, really, really good. You can count with these guys, they know how to work together. So it's a dream come true to be part of American Top Team.
Have you been in Steve Mako's dungeon?
Yeah.
That little room that's stuck away in the back, and you go in and it's dark and it's there's no air and it's scary.
Moko wrestler, right? Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned about fighters wanting to do it, which is innovative for PFL with the regular season and playoff format, which is different. And like you said, a lot of fighters are interested in getting, when you're going to fight. There's a season, you know how it's going to go. It's schedule-wise, it makes it easier in that regard. And with these fights, the finals being in South Florida, you mentioned family and friends are here. Will you have a lot of family and friends that are requesting that? You mentioned your pastor will be here, but will there be a large contingent for you at the Hard Rock Live when you're fighting for the finals in attendance?
Yeah, it's going to be there. It's going to be very important for me to watching them. Like, you don't pay attention what they tell because you're concentrating in the fight, but you can hear the screams. I know what my wife is screaming. I know when my friends are. You recognize the voice, So this gives me a lot of energy.
You mentioned playing guitar. I think that's really interesting. I'm wondering, can you also play guitar for your music as you enter? So not only will you be fighting that night, but you could also play yourself down to the cage. Or maybe Antonio Carlos Jr., you can play after you win. You can play for him. After you play guitar for him when he's going.
After I win, for sure, I can play whatever you want. Yeah, you ask some song, I can even sing.
Yes.
But before the fight, don't ask me to do that. I don't have this kind of courage to do that. No.
That is so cool. Do you have a favorite song, though? Do you have a favorite song that you like to play on the guitar?
Ryan, I every time I choose a different song. I not keep like the same song always, my favorite song always. Right now I have this special song. I think they gonna allow me to. It's a gospel song, Brazilian one. So I think they're gonna allow me to get in, step in the cage, hear this song.
Dan Lambert, the founder of American Top Team, will be there. He's been there for the semifinals, playoffs that were also here in South Florida at Hard Rock Live. And he's also been in All Elite Wrestling, the professional wrestling. I didn't know if you got a chance yet to see him on the wrestling show yet.
Yeah, for me it would be a pleasure. I like it. I am a show-off guy. I like to do this kind of stuff.
So if he asks you to come, will you join him if he says, hey,
yeah,
come on?
If you invite me, for sure. For me, I just need to look good there. No, it's easy.
Junior Dos Santos had his first pro wrestling match.
I saw.
With that, and I was going to ask you if you did get to see it and what you thought of it.
Yeah, for sure. I consider it. They just need to invite me and I go. Yeah.
Yes. And then lastly, who did train you for your fight, for this one coming up, and who did you spar with for this one?
My mainly spar partner was Thiago Moises. Awesome fighter. He making my camp a hell. I think he's twice better than my opponent, with all respect to Loik. But this guy is in another level, and he was the guy who made my life a hell in the trainings. And even he was in camp too. He was trying to help me. Even his opponent was different than me. So he focused. He's my friend. He focused to help me first, and now he's focused on his fight. And I'm very thankful to him.
And mention your opponent, and what are your thoughts of your opponent going into this one?
A great fighter, has a tremendous heart. He's a tough guy. I think he's not the best technical guy, but I'm not. But he compensates with heart like me. So this fight is gonna be fireworks. I think if this fight don't end in the very first round, I'm gonna win this by points, because he never quit, I not to. So let's fight.
It's interesting too, because that night there's so many great fights that will be happening and all. And you got Kayla Harrison, American Top Team, in the main event and all. What are your thoughts of Kayla as a teammate in American Top Team and as a fighter?
Kayla is a fighter in a different level. I think just one woman in the world can stop her, and they are not in the same show. And they are training partners, Amanda Nunes. So besides Amanda, I don't see another woman. She trained like a man. She's for real, and she's not like jump steps. She's doing everything a real fighter needs to do, and she's for real. It's a pleasure to see her train.
Raush Manfio, getting ready for the PFL Championships. All the best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.